Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't know, breaking news, I guess. Avdiivka is about to fall. The Ukrainians, General Syrski, ordered the withdrawal of the Ukrainian troops from Avdiivka. I made a video a minute ago on that, where I said Ukrainians lost Avdiivka, and General Syrski orders the troops to leave town, whomever will be able to leave town. And the Ukrainians now are saying, save as many lives. Too late. Before you get encircled. Too late. I think these guys were criminals allowing their troops to stay over there until there is no escape. They're already surrounded, almost encircled. I will show you two maps. One that has to do right now with Avdiivka coke plant, because the Russians captured Ukrainian troops. So Ukrainian soldiers were captured. This is the article I have here with the Avdiivka coke plant, which is on fire, and they cannot extinguish the fire, and the Russians capture Ukrainian soldiers. I have two maps, one of Avdiivka and the other one of the coke plant in Avdiivka. So let's start with the article coming from the Ukrainians themselves. Remember, if the Ukrainians say some soldiers were captured, I mean about 10 or 20, probably they're about 150. All right, just a gut feeling. So I think the Russians already started taking prisoners. Too late. Ukrainska Pravda. Avdiivka coke plant still on fire. Several Ukrainian soldiers captured. Well, that's a little picture of whatever the coke plant is, and I'm going to show you on the map. Let's start with Avdiivka first, and then we're going to go to the plant. And where are you? Right here, baby doll. So this is Avdiivka, whatever is left out of Avdiivka. This is the last development where the Russians are already. This is the coke plant right here. This is it. So this is where the fire occurs. Now, here we have Avdiivka right here. This is Avdiivka, and this is the coke plant right there. Now let me see something. There's the little lake over here, let's say east of the coke plant. You can identify it, find it right here, coke plant, and here is this little lake, where the park. So this is the coke plant from the air, which is on fire. Let me take my, let me go like this. Yeah, and that's about it. I don't want to go anywhere. So here is the plant from above. This is the plant, and let me do this. Right there is the little pond or lake, park, whatever it is. This is the plant, or this is the plant right here. Or if you want, this is the plant. Now let's move on and see. Let me show you this. They have no escape. This route, the only route that might be available, is under the Russians shelling, and I really much anticipate tomorrow these guys to move much more. This is from here to here there are, let me see, there are, or there is, well, 3 miles, 2 miles, not even. What am I doing? Right here. In between here and here, it's maybe 2 miles, 5 kilometers, 4 kilometers. I'm expecting the Russians by tomorrow to be way in here, so they can get out. Now let's go to the article, but before that, here, this is the article, one of the articles I used for the other video, where Ukraine withdrawing from Avdiivka, where outnumbered defenders held out for 4 months, and Syrski gave the order on early Saturday, right there. And obviously, to save Alexander Syrski, said he made the decision to avoid encirclement and preserve the lives and health of servicemen. No, I don't accept that. It's too late. That should have been done at least a month ago. At least a month ago. According to Alexander Tarnavsky, commander of the Tavria Operational Strategic Group, heavy fighting continues in Avdiivka as of 2100, 9 o'clock p.m. on 16th of February, which is today. Over there is already Saturday. The fire on the Avdiivka coke plant caused by the Russian strike is yet to be extinguished. Source Tarnavsky on Telegram, and I'm quoting. Heavy fighting continues in the city of Avdiivka. The enemy continues to carry out artillery shelling and large-scale bombing strikes, nearly wiping the city off the face of the earth. Why did you defend it? Don't give me that bullshit. I tell you why. Remember when the Nazis were approaching Paris? What did the authorities in Paris do? Don't destroy it. We declare Paris an open city. And the German says, jawohl. I was about to show something. Jawohl. And nothing happened. Paris is there. They didn't blow it up. So the same with these guys. They choose to defend the city. There you have it. Let's move on. The enemy sends all of its reserves into the assault, including supposedly yesterday they delivered or deployed, how do you call those? Elite troops, and supposedly that did something. So yeah, it's right here. Actually, on the 16th, the Russians moved elite troops to Avdiivka, which actually is today. The city almost completely is encircled. Ukrainian troops, and I said this yesterday and today, the city is over. It's been over for about 5 months, I'd say. About 5 months, I think, 4 or 5 months, the city was clearly done. They should have evacuated and prepared the defensive, whatever you got, positions. These guys, one night, out, and that's it. And the Russians will get Avdiivka as what? As a ruin. What did you win? I think you lost more than you won. So let's go back to the article. Ukraine's defense forces continue to deter Russian invaders who have a quantitative advantage in the personnel, artillery, and aircraft. Tarnavsky claims that Ukrainian troops have repelled over 30 Russian attacks in the Avdiivka area since the start of the day. The aggressor launched 20 airstrikes and over 1,500 artillery attacks. They are blowing them up, man. In addition to Avdiivka, the Russians targeted nearly 20 surrounding settlements with artillery and mortars, including Para. Ukrainian soldiers maneuver from the destroyed positions, establishing new lines of defense. Now, I want to emphasize that saving our fighters' lives is our top priority. No, I don't accept that. That should have been done a long time ago. As a result, if necessary, they transition to new positions. Unfortunately, during one of these exits, several of our soldiers were captured. How can you capture them? Unless they can. This is already in the Russians' hand. Because if the Ukrainians try to out, how in the hell you get captured here? Unless these guys already encircle it. Maybe they already encircle it and we are just being fed garbage. Because, see, there's nothing here. The Russians are not here. So if they get this way, which I think they could get this way, according to the map, that means these guys are lying. I think they already encircled the city. We're going to find out in about 5 days when the Russians will take pictures and tell us that. And then say, okay. Well, yeah, unfortunately, during one of these exits, several of our soldiers were captured. How in the hell? Don't you have the established routes? We will fight for the release of every one of our brothers in arms. No, you actually guys are guilty of keeping them over there too long. The evacuation of the wounded is complicated. You know what that is? They're not going to get them by the ongoing shelling, but is going on nonetheless. Yeah, and the Russians are going to kill them now. Jesus Christ. The Avdiivka coke plant has been ablaze ever since ongoing Russian shelling caused a tank container naphthalene residues. Naphthalene, that's for moth. So they don't eat your wool clothes. Naphthalene. Residues and bitumen resin to catch fire in a warehouse. Tarnavsky claims that at the moment Ukrainian defenders are receiving the necessary reserves and ammunitions. Yeah, right. If my old people or people who might know certain things remember naphthalene, at least we used them in Romania. When I was a child, there were some where you put your clothes in and you have wool clothes, of the wool, and you would have naphthalene and pockets everywhere. It was like when you open the door of that whatever it was, like like a closet full of naphthalene. You go outside, must be wool. Yes, it is. But those mofos, the little moths, the little flies, moths, I don't know how to call them. They would go and they eat it. That's what they would eat. So yeah, naphthalene, memories. Tarnavsky claims that at the moment Ukrainian defenders are receiving the necessary, okay, and I'm quoting, just to comprehend the extent of the enemy's offensive and meat grinding, the invaders' losses on the Tavria front fall primarily in Avdiivka. Really, you killed what? 10,000 Russians, and the Russians killed 150,000 Ukrainians? Is that? Nah. It says here that earlier, Alexander, this is earlier, at 13, that's 1 p.m., remember it was at 9 or something, 9 when he said, the Russians have not blocked a single Ukrainian unit in Avdiivka, Donetsk Oblast. The operation to defend the city continues. What do you mean then? There's two things that don't make sense. I mean, makes to me, because I think these guys are already encircled, and they give us the narrative. That's what I think. Why? Right here. By this time, Russians have not blocked a single Ukrainian unit. What do you mean they're not blocked by that time? Were they supposed to? And then says the operation to defend the city continues. I thought you were retreating. Remember this right here? Ukrainian troops start withdrawing from Avdiivka. Partial evacuation. That was this morning. So I think they were already encircled, and that's what is going on. And again, here, President Zelensky is so empathetic about it. Said that concerning the Russian army's attempt to capture Avdiivka, he has asked the military leadership to put the lives of Ukraine's defenders first. Now, well, that's why I hope this war ends yesterday. I mean it. This war should not have happened between these two nations or one nation, however you want to look at it, in the name of those people. Unfortunately, man, because if they're people, we're people too. So, bad people? Here it is, my friends. These guys are, I think they're encircled. That's my stamp. Pack, encircled. We're going to find out when the Russians give us pictures. And they're going to show us videos of the captured soldiers. Not several, but I suspect hundreds will be. I don't know about thousands. You remember in Mariupol, in Azovstal, the steel plant over there, the Russians captured 2,600 in Azovstal plant. Now, how many are over here? I have no idea. But they received order to get the hell out. I don't think it's going to happen. They can receive the order, but they can't get out. Therefore, they're going to be captured. And when they're going to be about, I don't know, 15,000 Ukrainian captured, I'm just saying. What are they going to say? We were able to withdraw, I don't know, 50,000 out, and that's why you have only 15 now, 15,000, mind you. Garbage. Now, you will agree with me that if the Ukrainians will be captured over there, we don't know how many going to be dying, but if they get captured over there, and there's a number, I would say more than, I don't know, one, I will hold those guys accountable for crime, those generals and all those guys and the president who wanted to, we're going to kill more Russians. In the meantime, we also die, but we killed more of them. That's a crime. That's a crime, because I think it has been done like that. Because are we going to grind them? We're going to inflict damage in the Russian military troops and personnel and whatever infrastructure, whatever they got, weapons, and yeah, like the Russians will just say, oh my God, we ran out of troops. They got ready 30 million potential troops to be ready to be mobilized if they need a general mobilization. 30 million. do a little bit of math. I already did that before. If they have a population of 145 million people, calculate, divided by 2, get the kids out, the women out, the able people, and you're gonna reach in a conservative number of 30 million. And these guys, yeah, we inflicted, yeah, all right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Or they think they're gonna inflict so much damage and killing, the guys, Russians in Russia will just go and strangle Putin, instead of saying, no, you make sure you finish those guys up because they killed our kids or husbands or parents or whatever. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. There will be captured, a lot of them.